Hello, this is Chicken-Roomba-Gaming. Today I'm going to be showing you a step-by-step tutorial on how to use Bandlab. This is a beginner's tutorial, so anything part of the premium package will not be in this video. After this video, you'll start off from a beginner to a pro. So let's get into it. Alright, to start off, here's the layout of the app. This page is the followings page, where you can find other users as well as some other ads here. On the trending page, it's showing you what's trending of other people's posts. The music page is where you can find lots of different music here. Communities, these are just different communities in the app. Video, it's kind of like a social media, TikTok, Instagram Reels type deal where you can scroll and listen to some other people's music. Now, to get to the creation of your music, this is your page to where you can see all your projects. This is where you can see albums, playlists, bands, communities, but mostly to begin with, you're just going to want to do projects. So first you're going to click new, and then you'll be taken to the music creation studio. You're seeing right now is just an advertisement to try out for their plan, but here is the studio to where you're going to be making your music. At the top here, this is where you record your voice, as it says, voice/audio. And to add something else, you're going to see that plus sign over to the left, so we're going to click that. And now you'll be greeted with many options to choose from. So for first, guitar, you can plug in your guitar, and bass, you can plug in your bass. And then we have looper to start off with. So when you click looper, it should take you to a bunch of loop samples and all that good stuff. Now if you click one of these, it's going to show you a bunch of loops to choose from. And what you're going to want to do when you see this is set tempo and key, so it's to the right tempo. And now you can click each one of these and then it'll start looping. So what we're going to do is just going to click each one of these and make ourselves a beat here. And you see that red button at the bottom? That button's to record. So we're going to press that red button. And now we're going to record the beat that we have made using the looper. And now that we've done pressed it again, and there it is in your studio, ready to listen and ready to jam out to. Now let's say I want to delete it. We're going to click these three dots over here, then just press delete. Next up, we're going to be using the virtual instruments. Here we are at the virtual instruments. You can see that they have many variety of different sounds you can use, such as 808s. I just clicked right here. There's the 808s. You can always use brass, drum kits, drum pads, electric bass, guitars, keyboards, leads, organs, pads, percussion, strings, synth bass, synths, voices, and winds. So you can choose any of those, and once you click one, it kind of works like this. You'll see a piano pop up, and this is where you can play your sound. You can use the keyboard, the smart keys, and the smart grid. But the easiest way to go about this is just to click that spot down there and open up this little area over here to where you can just put the notes individually on any point. And you can do this with any of the sounds that you have chosen, and it all works the same way. Pretty straightforward. Put down the notes you want to put down, listen to it, and then when you're ready, go back, and there you go. Of course you have to record it, but yeah. So delete that, and next we're going to be doing the sampler. Alright, so here with the sampler, you're going to see this little area right here. When you click add a sample, you're going to see the option of making it yourself or just getting a kit. So we're going to go to the kits real quick just to see. And here's all the kits. A lot of them sound differently. And we're going to click one and show what it looks like. So we're just going to click this one, download it, and that's how it usually will look in the grid. You can just press them and they'll make a different sound. Kind of like the keyboard. Same way, you can just put it in this little area and do the same exact thing.
Very simple, very easy.
What you can also do is you can record your own voice onto it to use as a sample. So hold it down, record, it should look like that, and a sound wave of your voice will pop up. And you can click it, and now if you want to import a file, you can import any file to use that as a sound as well. So I'll just be using this frog file over here, and then now you can hear the frogs. Well, you can, but you would be able to. And then now we're going to be going to samples. Here's the samples page. It recently got updated to where you can only use the free samples if you don't have the subscription, but that's fine. As you see at the top, it says get membership, which means you cannot use this sample pack unless you have the membership. So you're gonna see here that I make the mistake of trying to use a membership sample multiple times because this is new information to me. But here you go, you can see you can sort it out by name, newest, popularity, and random, and that'll give you multiple different options for just a home page of samples. Now if you want to get intricate, you can go to filters and you can look up the type. You can do a loop, or you can look at a one shot. One shot is pretty much just not a loop, it's just one sound on its own that doesn't loop. And now for instruments, you have a lot of instruments to choose from. You can choose any of these instruments and it will provide you with said instrument that you have chose to use as a sample. Now if you go to characters, you can choose the vibe of the sound that you want, and you can leave it up to your interpretation and some looking around to see what vibe or what feel you want your sound to have, your sample to have. Next you have genres, pretty self-explanatory. You can just choose the genre of the sound or the music that you want to sample. Next we have BPM. Now our song is in 90 BPM, so we're going to want to move that to around, I'd say 89, 87, or even just 90 on its own if you want to be super precise. But really what the app does is it already puts the samples that you have into the key. But if you just want to be precise about it and find something that sounds natural, you can do that. So you see right here, I put it to 87 to 100, and then I can show the samples, and these would be the samples that would fit into that category. Now next we have the key, which you can do major, minor, and these are all the keys you can put your song into. Now this magnifying glass in the corner over here, you can press that and use it to look for things manually. Pretty much say, you press the magnifying glass, search bar will come up, and you can just look up rims, beats, drum, piano, and everything will just pop up there. But yeah, so that's what that does. Alright, so after we found the fast sample that we want to use, we're going to click it, and then we will add it to the soundboard that we have created. And here it is. And the sound that I added is a little fat, it's a little big, and I kind of want to edit it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click that edit button at the bottom that's hovering over the sound, and you're going to be met with a lot of options. You can crop it, which means you could just like move these two lines here to make it the sound shorter, and you could also press the widening button at the top, so that will make your sound louder. And this two arrows pretty much just means reverse. Reverse the sound, and there you go. And these knobs over here, you can do volume, you can do pan, you can do attack, you can do time, and you can also edit the pitch of the sound that you have put. And with that, that's more or less it for the samples and the sampler. And just so you know, you can also put the samples in manually through the plus bar if you don't want to use the sampler. At the bottom there, you see Bandlab sounds. That's also it. But now we're going to be doing the drum machine. So here you see you can choose what type of drums you want to start off with, and then after, if you want to change, you'll be met with a whole array of different drums you can use. All the way from hip-hop, EDM, rock, and some other ones. They have breakcore in there, just a lot to choose from. So we're going to choose this one over here, and you can add swing to it, put 100%. You also have the option of 1 bar, 2 bars, or 4 bars. But to start out first, we're going to just 1 bar, and you have different sections that you can also use all the way from A to H, but we're just going to be doing A and B today. So pretty self-explanatory. You just kind of click the pattern of the drums you want to use and go from there. And here's B, and then after that you can press the plus button to add it to your studio, and you can also do the same for B to add that as well. So now after you do that, you can go look into your studio, and then it will be there ready for you to listen to your song. There it is. Very nice.
Now if you press the bar, you'll see a sound button with a plus. You're going to press that and that will take you to the samples page. And what you can do is you can click any sample as usual and it'll pop up into your studio.
Here's the sample that I chose. It was a nice piano melody, but it sounds kind of dry, so I'm going to want to add some effects to it. You see at the bottom, there's the effects page, and there's just a lot of effects you can choose from. There's trending effects, they have effects from their artists, they have vocal effects, hands effects, tones, all of the things you would want in your song. So I'm just going to click one of these effects and make the piano sound more interesting. Now say I wanted to make my own effect, you just hit create effect, and it will show you a bunch of things you can use to make your effect. Here you can see I chose studio reverb. Just add some reverb to my piano. You can change the mix, the tone, and the size of the reverb to what you want. And next I wanted to add some delay, so I just chose delay, filter echo, and again you can just move the knobs, move the bars to give you some mix, time of it, the feedback, and the cutoff. Now if you see at the top, you have three options. You can go here, you can write down your lyrics, just in case you want to add lyrics to your song and you want to read them as you record. Here's the settings page. You can just change your tempo, you can change your key of your song, you can change the time signature. Usually it's good to keep it on forward 4 though, just for the simplest. And you can also change all of the other settings here. You can change the metronome volume. By the way, that little triangle at the bottom is the metronome. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the settings that you would need to know. And after that, if you press the little cloud at the top with the arrow, that's how you save your song. You can hit save or publish, but we're just gonna save it for now. And we're just gonna call this song Song 1, and you can add a photo to the cover. You can zoom in and out your photo, move it around, just however you want. Looks pretty good. And you can add a description. It's a very good song. Over here, you can add what genre it's from. It's optional. That's if you really want to publish it, but we're saving it, so it doesn't matter. And now we got an ad. Now if you click mastering, it will take you to this page over here where you can choose different types of mastering. You have the universal, the fire, the clarity, and the tape. Usually I like to use the tape because it makes your drums louder, but universal is also good because it makes your sound more full. You can take a listen to those when you do it. And after that, your song will be saved. Once you hit save, and you can also press the world to publish it. There's a lot of options here as well. You can download it. If you press the arrow that goes down, you can edit your song details at any time if you want to, as well as edit your song if you just press studio on the song again. The three dots at the top here will show you things such as project note settings, by collaborators, and you can also duplicate the song if you feel like it, or delete your song. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. I forgot to mention, if you press the plus sign, it will show you this section over here where you can choose mastering, splitter, audio stretch, song starter, tuner, metronome, and video mix. The ones that you really need to pay attention to are the song starter, the audio stretch, splitter, and the mastering. Mastering is what I showed in the video earlier, to where you can just master your song. The song starter is actually an AI tool you can use to start your song. You could choose any of these types of music that you want to start with. You can choose Surprise Me, which will show you a random type of song, or you can enter a lyric to get a certain feel. I'm just gonna put happy, and then it will give you different options and ideas for your song. It will give you an option of 3, and you can also do moody, bright, change the pitch, change the tempo, and you can also reset it if you want to. And now if you don't like any of these, you can hit regenerate and get some new ideas. So very cool. After that, for song splitter, you can import a song. So let's import a random audio. Let's do this one. You can choose vocals, drums, and bass. So let's do this 4, and it'll load. While it's splitting your song, you can leave the app if you want to, or if you're impatient and just want to do something else. But in this case, we're just going to wait here until it's done. Alright, so when it's done, it's going to show you all the instruments that are included in the song. You can choose the S's to single them out, or you can press M just to mute them on their own. So here's all the stuff. So let's just, if I want to do vocals only, start playing it. You can move these gray things to shorten it if you want, and also move the white bar just to get there faster. Now, if I want to put this into a studio, you can press the 3 lines down here and export your audio. Now it will pop up into your studio with all of the instruments laid out for you.
Now in the studio, there's a few more options you can do to your sound. So if you just click your sound, you'll see a trash can, 2 boxes, a circle, and the AI thing. The AI thing's premium, so you don't want to do that. But what you can do is you press those 2 squares to copy your sound, and you can put the clipboard to paste it on to another board. Now for the wheel with the arrow, what that does is you can make it loop over and over. You can also make it not loop by pressing the not loop button. Now after this, what you can also do is you can cut your sound, which is the line with the dots, which that cuts it, and you can also hold it down and drag it to move it anywhere you would like. Very good. Now what you can also do is hold down your screen and a box will pop up. You just move that and it selects multiple sounds at once, and you can also move them all at once and cut them all at once.
Here I'm just going to cut them and move them around just to demonstrate. Very simple, very easy. Now what you could also do is click these 3 dots over here, and if you press gain, you can make your sound louder or quieter depending on what you put it on. Next, if we press time stretch, what that does is you can stretch the how long your sample is, your sound is. So see how it gets light then dark, but this one's completely light. It's because it's fully that length due to the time stretch that we have done. You can do it manually. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to shift. If you want to get a really precise, intricate shift within your sound, you can do that. And then fade, use this to fade in and out of your song. As you see here, just slide the bar and it will make it to what you desire. Now you can click denoise, it will denoise it, so if there's any clutter, I'm pretty sure it'll denoise that. And now you can press reverse as well, and what that does is just reverse your song. So that's pretty much all that is for these extra things.
Now with that, you are officially a professional Bandlabber. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to Chicken-Roomba-Gaming to see more content. Maybe not like this, but see more content. And thank you. Bye bye.